What a week. So this was my Super Bowl. No other game matters this season, except the Texans one that I'm going to go to. But, I mean, like, we peaked. Huge win. What a great week of games. Not much else to say. Oh my gosh. This was a long time coming, man. Chiefs have been getting lucky most of the times that they've beat us out of the last 16. They've beat us by just a couple of points every time, or just because of a certain reason. The refs, our team not having half of the starters in. Man, let's just get into these. I'm excited this week. First game of the week, we did have the Buccaneers and the Bills. This was a pretty lackluster game. I feel like the Bills are not doing as hot as they usually are. Baker Mayfield had an okay game. You know, he was just getting pressure like crazy. But, you know, the Bucs are they're just not that good. They're missing a lot of pieces all around. You know, a lot of players it's a very expensive team. People don't realize there's a lot of contracts and dead money going into this team right now. And they're going to make some big moves next offseason, releasing a lot of people or trading a bunch of people. But, yeah, Josh Allen, you know, he has a lot of turnovers this year, you know, but he's kind of still doing his thing. You know, they're still pretty efficient, but, yeah, as you can see here by the stats here, Buffalo was always just kind of in control of the game. They never really, I mean, the score's a lot closer than it shows, but it seemed like they were always kind of in control up until that last, like, fourth quarter. Chris Godwin just straight up. They had it, man. They had it. They could have ended it on a Hail Mary, but I don't know. Baker Mayfield, like I said, you know, he didn't have a bad game. You know, he was not the reason they lost. I would say the defense, the run game, the Bucs are just a not very efficient team right now. Next, we're going into Sunday. We didn't have any morning games, so we're going straight up to 12 o'clock. We got the Jaguars and the Steelers. I did get the Bills game correct. I did get this game correct as well. I did pick the Jaguars. I believe Kenny Pickett did get hurt. Big reason why the Jaguars won this game as well. Trevor Lawrence didn't play amazing, did okay, had a pick. Mitch Trubisky did have 2 picks. So, I mean, you can't have that especially with the Steelers defense right now. But, yeah, the Steelers just didn't play good. And then your starting quarterback gets hurt. You know, I don't even know the severity of his injury, but I know it was something with his ribs or something like that. But, yeah, as you can see here, Jacksonville was just kind of always in control of this game as well. 9 more minutes of possession time. You know, they were just more efficient, plain and simple. But as you can see here too, by the third down percentage and the fourth down percentage, I mean, Steelers were 0 for 2 on fourth down, 25% on third down, compared to 50% or 45%. You know, but yeah, pretty simple win. Nothing crazy for the Jaguars there, but it is what it is. Here's probably one of the worst regular season games that I can remember in the last couple of years. The Jets versus the Giants. I'm not going to say Jets at the Giants because they share one stadium. Both teams were I feel like trying to lose this game. The Jets could have easily won. They let them win. Then the Giants kind of were getting momentum and they're like, hey, you know, here you go. But the Jets should have easily won this game. I'm not sure how they didn't. You know, you got Tommy DeVito in here throwing -1 yards. I mean, I don't know how you do that. but you did. Tyrod Taylor gets hurt from a weird rib injury. Had to go to the hospital or something like that, so I doubt he's going to play this week. But, yeah, Zach Wilson, I mean, he didn't do anything special. Breece Hall, 17 yards. Saquon had 36 carries. This was just a stupid game, man. A very stupid game. I mean, I think there was 18 total punts in this game. It was, oh my God. It was bad. It was really bad. I mean, the Giants had 13 more minutes of possession and still lost this game. They had it was bad. Like, I don't know how the Giants are this bad when last year they literally made the playoffs. They're going to miss the playoffs this year. I mean, it makes no sense. This was this game was just pathetic. The fact that this aired on TV is sad. I did get the game correct as well, though. I did pick the Jets. Did get this game right as well. I did pick the Panthers. I know a lot of people were not expecting the Panthers to win this game. I just felt like they were going to be able to win against this Texans defense. I felt like the Panthers were going to put up a lot more points, though. I was not expecting them to only put up 15 points. This game was really boring. This game was won, like I said, this game was won on a last-second field goal. Texans literally gave them back-to-back penalties or something like that, so they had to kick like 4 times. Ended up kicking like a chip shot field goal, 23 yards. Eddie Pinheiro won the game, but yeah, Bryce Young didn't have a crazy bad game. Didn't turn the ball over, so that's good. But the run game for both teams, this was just a really bad game for that. Adam Thielen probably had his best game as a Panther. Pretty clutch, but as you can see here, I mean, it was a very scoreless, very lackluster game, but the Panthers finally got their first dub, so let's see how they're gonna play out with that. Next, we have the Patriots and the Dolphins. The Patriots look like they were, putting up a fight. They always look like they're going to put up a fight against the Dolphins. It looks kind of scary, you know what I mean? And then the Dolphins just got rolling, and, the Patriots just couldn't keep up. Mac Jones didn't have a crazy bad game. Tua just had an amazing game. The rush attack for the both teams was just not really existent. I do know, I want to say Kendrick Bourne did get hurt as well. He probably, I think he tore something. But yeah, he's out for the year. Jalen Waddle went crazy this game. But yeah, Miami just kind of dominated in every way. Almost doubled the first downs. I mean, the Patriots just could not get the ball going. They couldn't move the chains. 1 for 9 on third down, 1 for 2 on fourth down. The Dolphins were 3 for 3 on fourth down, 30%, probably about 35-40% on third down completions. But pretty basic win, pretty easy game. Like I said, the Dolphins pretty much always beat the Patriots no matter the roster, but when the roster is good, it's pretty easy to know who's going to win that game. I did get this game wrong. I did pick the Falcons to win. I did not think that Will Levis was going to do good. I thought, Ritter / Heineke were going to be able to win against the quarterbackless Titans, but Will Levis throws a touchdown in every quarter. And, I don't even know. It's hard to say if he's even that good because the Falcons don't have a good defense. They just don't. So, was this a big win? Yes. Was it lucky? I think it actually was. Derrick Henry had a great game, though. But, I don't know. I just don't see this as this feels like a very lucky win, to be honest. But as you can see here, the Titans, they did good, though. I'm not going to discredit them saying that they just got lucky. They played really good this game. Will Levis really surprised me and probably everyone in the NFL. But I just don't feel like the Falcons have a great defense. So this was a big reason why he was able to do really good. And then DeAndre Hopkins just comes out of nowhere and has an amazing game. I mean, they should have had him starting over Ryan Tannehill anyway. I don't know why Ryan Tannehill is even a starter in this league right now. It makes no sense. But yeah, big win for the Titans. I did get that game wrong. I got this game correct. I did pick the Vikings. The Packers just played horrible. Jordan Love sucks. Aaron Jones apparently sucks now. The run game for the Vikings is all over the place. I don't even know who's their starting running back. I don't even know if it's Cam Akers or not. But the big story here, Kirk Cousins is out for the season with an Achilles. Really sucks. He was having a great season, in my opinion. Pretty much throw away the Vikings season. I don't have faith in this team without Kirk Cousins being in the lineup, or at least a quarterback who can make a throw. I just don't see them moving forward with Kirk Cousins, and I see them taking a step back as a franchise. But, yeah, kind of sucks, but, let's see what they do the rest of the season. I just don't see them being successful without a quarterback. I think they're going to be starting like a rookie for the rest of the season, unless they sign like a veteran or something. But, yeah, as you can see here, the Vikings still dominated, even with him out. But it is what it is. They still had 13 more minutes of possession, had more first downs, more efficient on third down, and more efficient on fourth down, even though they did only one. But, yeah, pretty easy win. Like I said, Jordan Love sucks, so it's pretty easy to beat that type of team. Next, we had a huge blowout. We had the Cowboys and the Rams. I feel like I didn't watch the full game, but I feel like the Cowboys had to have taken out their starters sometime in the fourth because they were just blowing them out. I mean, at the end of the half, it was what? It was 33-9. I mean, I'm talking like special teams, defense, offense. Everyone was playing good. Dak Prescott 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Tony Pollard, he probably could have had a little bit more yards. But, I mean, the defense, CeeDee Lamb, 158, 2 touchdowns. I think that's his best game of his career. I mean, Dallas dominated 9 more minutes of possession, 9 more first downs, 50% on third down. I mean, they completely destroyed the Rams in every category. But, yeah, where's the greatest defensive player of all time? Shouldn't he be getting sacks? Shouldn't he be getting these crazy amount of tackles? Where's Aaron Donald, the GOAT? Where's he at? You don't hear him. You don't see no highlights of him this year, but he's the best player to ever exist. I hate how everyone just praises Aaron Donald when, have you heard his name come up? Because I haven't. Next, we had a really good game. Surprisingly, way too close. But the Commanders and the Eagles. The Commanders, they're close. They're so close to having an amazing team. They just need maybe 3 good guys. They need like a great quarterback. They need like a amazing person in the secondary, and then like a linebacker. And they'll be set. They did trade away Trace Young. They did trade away Montez Sweat. So the rush attack is gone, but I feel like they're obviously going to go after that in the offseason or in the draft because they're, just completely down. A.J. Brown is going crazy this season. Probably the best receiver, maybe the second best receiver in the league right now behind Tyreek Hill. But 2 touchdowns, 130. Had some crazy contested catches, double-teamed, everything. Jahan Dotson had an amazing game. Terry McLaurin had a touchdown. Jalen Hurts, is balling out. Sam Howell had a great game, too. Don't discredit him. This game just came down to, the roster, man. The Commanders just don't have the roster to keep up with a bunch of star players, and the Eagles just have that. But the Eagles came up clutch, man. Julio Jones has his first touchdown. So that's pretty cool. I did get that game correct as well, along with the Cowboys pick. I did get this game wrong. I did have the Colts winning. The Colts were, this was a close game all the way up until the fourth quarter. But, the 2 turnovers for the Colts really just kind of set this up for the loss. But yeah. This game, it's annoying because the Colts could have easily won this. Gardner Minshew had a really bad pick. I think they dropped a punt on one of the other turnovers. But just completely, the Colts just kind of gave this win to the Saints. Jonathan Taylor had a great game. But this game was pretty, it's annoying that this game was close because it shouldn't have been close. But as you can see here, the Saints just, closed out, did what they needed to do, and just won the game. Next, we did have the Browns and the Seahawks. I did get this game correct. I did have the Seahawks winning. This game was a lot closer than it needed to be as well. P.J. Walker didn't have a great game. 2 picks, near to Geno Smith. But this was a pretty close game for no reason. I think that this easily should have, the Seahawks should have won this by a lot more points. This was a pretty boring game, though. I mean, it was close. It was back and forth. But as you can see here, I just don't see how the Browns let it get this close and how the Seahawks just let them continue to get this close. But yeah, pretty boring game. There's not a lot of highlights here, but it is what it is. The biggest highlight is the Seahawks uniforms. I'm going to talk about the Broncos last. I don't care, man. And next we have the Bengals and the 49ers. I did get this game correct. I did pick the Bengals. I did not have faith in the 49ers because, for one, I didn't think Brock Purdy was going to play. He just comes up on on Saturday saying, oh, he's good to go for tomorrow. He's going to play. And they should have let Sam Darnold play because, he had a lot of yards, but 2 crucial picks. Joe Burrow had an amazing game, perfect passer rating, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Joe Mixon had an okay game. Christian McCaffrey is still balling out. I think he's about to break the record for the most touchdowns in a row in a game. He's had 17 or 18 touchdowns in a row in each game. So it's pretty cool. George Kittle had an amazing game. Jamar Chase had a great game as well. A lot of playmakers, a lot of yards going. Defense for the Bengals was going crazy as well. But as you can see here, a lot of first downs, a lot of offensive play. But ultimately, the consistency and the turnovers, Bengals just kind of got this one. Next, we have the Ravens and the Cardinals. This game was a lot closer than it needed to be as well. I did have the Ravens winning this, so I did get this game correct. Cardinals are now 1-7, and they traded away Joshua Dobbs to the... Who did they trade him to? I forgot who they traded them to. He got traded to the Vikings. That's who he got traded to. So, yeah. Lamar had 1 touchdown this game, but that was an amazing touchdown. Go look at that throw that he made for that touchdown to Mark Andrews, and it was crazy. Joshua Dobbs had 2 picks, pretty bad, but I guess Gus Edwards had his probably best game, probably the best rushing game from a Raven in multiple years. So big shout out to him. Trey McBride had an amazing game, probably his best game of his career. But it just wasn't enough. The Ravens' defense just kind of clutched up. But like I said, this game was a lot closer than it needed to be. The Cardinals just almost came back in the fourth quarter, and it's pretty crazy. I feel like they're doing Joshua Dobbs wrong. Joshua Dobbs didn't have a great game this game, but he has no help. He's on a trash roster. That's not fair. Next game is the Chargers and the Bears. I did get this game correct. I did have the Chargers winning. Pretty easy game. Tyson Bagent. This was a very boring Sunday night game. But, yeah, 2 picks. He just had a horrible game. The Chargers easily won this. They were destroying them on offense. locking down on defense. I mean, this game was just bad from the start. I think they dropped the punt as well, so it's like this was a very boring game. There's nothing to really even go off of there. It was just that bad, to be honest. Kind of the same with the Monday night game. The Raiders, Josh McDaniels got fired. The GM got fired. Offensive coordinator got fired. They benched Jimmy Garoppolo. It was bad. Devontae Adams he could have had like maybe 180 yards this game with 2 touchdowns if Jimmy G was a good quarterback. Jared Goff didn't have an amazing game or anything like that. It's just the fact that the defense was dominating the Raiders' offense, and Jimmy G was so bad that this just happened. Jahmyr Gibbs had his best game, finally had a breakout game. So you're going to see him getting a lot of carries from now on. Like I said, this is his breakout game. First time where he got at least 20 carries, I believe. He got 26, 152, and a touchdown, and I believe he had like 30 receiving yards. So he was going crazy this game. As you can see here, the Raiders just got absolutely destroyed. Double the possession time, almost triple the first downs, 1 for 9 on third down, 0 for 3 on fourth down. I mean, they just got completely dominated in every single category. Pretty insane. Next, in my opinion, game of the week. We just slayed the dragon. We defeated Darth Vader. Like, we literally... Incredible. So this game, I knew the Broncos were going to win one or both of these games this season. The last 8 seasons, we've been playing them week 14, week 16, week 17, week 15, week 13, week 17. We've been playing them every time late in the season where we're either completely injured, no one's trying because we are not going to make the playoffs, and we're just facing them at the worst times. And this season, we finally get them kind of early, a little bit before the middle of the season. First game, they beat us. We just played really bad. This game, we're finally a fully healthy team. We got the starters in, and look what we do. Defense balled out. Shout out to Vance Joseph. Everyone talking mad shit about him, and he comes out and just... he just comes out and, lays low, stays quiet, trusts the process, and the defense has played good 2 games in a row. I would say 3 games in a row. They played good against the Chiefs. They played good... Who they beat last week? They played good against the Packers. They played good against the Chiefs again. That's 3 games in a row that the defense has played good. So, hey... Patrick Mahomes didn't even score a touchdown. They couldn't even get in the red zone. That's how good the defense was playing this game. At the end of the first quarter, we're up 7-3. Russell Wilson, only has 12 completions for 114 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. So every 4 throws, he throws a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco didn't have a great game. Javonte Williams, I would say, has 25 carries for about 91 yards. Don't look at the 27-85 because he had 2 rushes at the end of the game where we're just trying to bleed the clock out. So they just sent a full house blitz and we lost 3 yards back-to-back plays. So I'm not counting those 2. But Javonte Williams finally has his first touchdown. He scored it on a pass play on a receiving. Jerry Jeudy had 2 receptions, both of them coming on one drive. He had like a 12-yard touchdown and like a 38-yard catch. Pretty Pretty clutch drive from Jerry Jeudy. Cortland Sutton had a touchdown. Javonte Williams, like I said, had a touchdown. The defense was going crazy. Sacked Mahomes. Strip sacked him once. Picked him off twice. I mean, just getting after him. Getting after the running backs. And they just did amazing. All three teams. The special teams making sure to get that dropped punt. Getting the strip sack. We usually never get the fumble. We always cause a fumble, but we never get it. We actually got it this game. And like I said, guys, we always have to face the Chiefs late in the season. Either our team is completely injured, the team has no motivation because we're not going to go to the playoffs, and we just always face them at the wrong time. Like I said last year, the first time we played them, not one offensive starter was in. Defense, I mean, this was a long time coming. The last couple years, they beat us because of injuries. They beat us because of refs. And this time, they didn't have the refs on their side. They didn't have a fully injured Broncos team. They played us at our peak and got destroyed. Sure, you can say the Chiefs just played really bad. They did play really bad. They've never had more than 5 turnovers in the last 4 seasons or 5 seasons. But that you can't discredit that. What you can do is give the Broncos credit for destroying the Chiefs, and the Chiefs not having an excuse like they always do on, why they lost or why the other team always has an excuse. But when the Chiefs lose, it's a book of excuses. You know what I mean? Everyone's saying, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes was, sick with the flu." Hey, if he was so sick, he shouldn't have played, because guess what? He just cost his team an L, a fat L. So, you can't blame, "Oh, he has the flu, blah, blah, blah." He just magically got the flu before? Really? Okay. And where's Travis Kelce? 58 yards. 9 targets. Literally 9 targets. But huge shout out to the Broncos for finally just beating them. It's been a long time coming, like I said. I lost my voice. You could probably still kind of hear it, kind of still recovering a little bit, but it was an amazing week. I'm just so happy that they were able to finally beat them, finally play them when we're not injured, finally not get screwed over by the refs. It was great to see. Very great to see. Either way, guys, let's go on to picks of the week for week 9. This is going to be a very difficult week of picks. A lot of 50-50s, a lot of coin flips. And we're just going to try to... Well, let's see. I'm picking the Titans over the Steelers for Thursday night. After seeing what Will Levis did, Kenny Pickett obviously not going to be playing. Mitch Trubisky, I don't really trust him. The Titans don't have a great roster, but neither do the Steelers. I feel like this is going to be a close game. I got the Titans, though. Would not be surprised if the Steelers win this, though. Next is going to be a very close game. Sunday morning in Germany, we have the Dolphins and the Chiefs. This is going to be a close game. I'm going to pick the Dolphins. I feel like the Dolphins have a little bit momentum. The Chiefs are kind of like, we got something to prove, but you're going up against the most talented offense in the NFL right now. So I feel like this is going to be a close game. I feel like the Dolphins just have a good roster. I feel like they're going to put up points. And I'm going to be very excited to see this game. I'm going for the Dolphins, obviously, but I do feel like the Dolphins will win. You can't count out the Chiefs. The Chiefs are always in position to win the game, no matter who they're playing, however much time is left. There's always going to be a chance. So I would not be surprised if the Chiefs win this game. Next, we have the Rams and the Packers. This is probably going to be one of the worst games of the week. You have the Packers coming off of a loss, along with the Rams. The Vikings beat the Packers. Cowboys beat the Rams. It's going to be a tough game a very tough game. I don't know who to pick. I do believe Matthew Stafford got hurt. I forgot about that. So I think the Packers are going to win this game just because of that. Unless, Brett Rippon comes in and just shocks everybody. Next, we have the Commanders and the Patriots. I feel like the Commanders are going to win this game just because they're able to put up points. The Patriots can't really put up that many points. Bill Belichick, you never know. He's real sneaky. But I got the command. It's hard to say because they lost their defensive players. They lost their pass rush. Oh, man. But the Patriots did lose their second best target. This is going to be a close game. I'm picking the Commanders. I would not be surprised if the Patriots win, though. Bucs and the Texans. I think the Bucs are going to win. They're both coming off losses. But the Bucs have a little bit more rest than the Texans do. I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans win this. I feel like it's going to be a close game. I just feel like just because the Bucs have a little bit more rest time and just because, Baker Mayfield hasn't played super bad yet, I feel like he'll be able to take advantage of the Texans' defense. Next, we have the Cardinals and the Browns. This game is going to be really bad. I'm picking the Browns just because Joshua Dobbs is not playing. I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to play. I don't think he is. I don't know who's going to be playing quarterback for the Cardinals, but I do have the Browns winning that. I do think maybe Deshaun Watson might play. But even if he doesn't, whoever the quarterback is, I feel like is going to play better than the Cardinals one. Next, we have the Bears and the Saints. This is going to be a very weird game. I feel like the Saints are going to win this just because I don't think the guy for the Bears is that good. So I have a little bit more faith in the Saints. Next, we have the Seahawks and the Ravens. This is going to be a good game, I feel like. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I would not be surprised if the Ravens won. I'm going for the Ravens, but I'm going to pick the Seahawks here. I don't know. This is a 50-50 game. I feel like the defense for the Seahawks is just better than the Ravens' defense. I think the Seahawks are going to win. I'm not going to be surprised if the Ravens do, though. Vikings and the Falcons. Is Joshua Dobbs even going to play this game? Probably not, right? I think they're going to start the rookie quarterback for the Vikings. Taylor Heineke is going to be playing for the Falcons. Oh, man, what a game this is going to be. I feel like the Falcons should win this game. I think the Falcons are going to win. With Taylor Heineke getting full reps, I think he's going to win. I would be a little surprised if the Vikings do win. I would. But I'm picking the Falcons here. Those are the 12 o'clock games. We're going on to 3 o'clock. We got the Colts and the Panthers. This is going to be a game, I feel like. Colts can put up points. Panthers can't. Colts have a trash defense. Panthers don't. This is a 50-50, man. I think I'm going to have to go play it safe and go with the Colts. Would I be surprised if the Panthers win? Not really. Like I said, they're going into momentum. Colts should have won last game, but I think I'm going to pick the Colts on that one. Next, we have the Giants and the Raiders. This is going to be a very big 50-50 game. You got a rookie starting for the Raiders for a bench Jimmy G. You have DeVito for the Giants. I'm picking the Raiders, man. I mean, as bad as the Giants are, I'm picking the Raiders. I mean, as bad as the Raiders are, I'm still picking them. This is just disgusting. Cowboys and the Eagles. This is going to be a very good game. Hey, don't be surprised if the Cowboys come in and steal this win. Do not be surprised. Cowboys have been on a roll on the offensive side of the ball. It's just where consistency comes into play. Eagles have been very consistent. This is why I'm going to be picking them. I feel like the Cowboys just don't have enough in the secondary to cover Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Goddard, Miles Sanders. I don't know why this game is not Sunday night. Why this is not Sunday night makes no sense. Flex this to Sunday night, please. I don't want to see the Bills and the Bengals on Sunday night. I just don't want to see that. But that comes up to this game. The Bills and the Bengals. This is a toss-up. This is like a big revenge game. Supposedly. I'm going to go with the Bengals. Just because they've been a little bit more consistent. Would I be surprised if the Bills win? No. But you would feel like the whole Bills team is going to be playing with more confidence, more swag because of what happened last year. This is going to be a tough pick. I think I'm going to have to pick the Bengals, man. My gut is telling me to pick the Bengals, but my mind is telling me to pick the Bills. I think I'm going to have to go with the Bengals, man. Next, we have Monday night. Pretty whack game. Chargers and the Jets. I'm picking the Chargers. Jets have no business winning this game. If they do, then shout out to them. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of 50-50s this week, but we'll see how it plays out. Either way, guys, I mean, what an amazing week. A lot of great games. What more can you ask for, to be honest? But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully your team won. Chiefs fans didn't win. But hopefully your team... Oh, I forgot to mention the bye. Broncos, Lions, Jaguars, and 49ers all have a bye, so they're not playing this week. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next week is going to have these are some great games. I feel like a lot of 50-50s. Best believe I'm going to be watching that Cowboys-Eagles one. I'll watch that Dolphins and Chiefs game in the morning. The 12 o'clock game, I think I'm just going to watch Red Zone for that. But... yeah, Sunday night, pretty lame. Monday night, really lame. But, yeah, a lot of great games in between that, though. But, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all again next Wednesday. My pick percentage is at 59%. It went up again, but it needs to go higher. This week is going to determine if it's going to go higher or not. I don't think it's going to go higher. If anything, it's going to go lower. This week has too many 50-50s, but we'll see. Either way, I will see y'all next Wednesday. Hopefully your team wins next week. Best believe I'm still riding on this Chiefs win, so, hey. I'm happy. But, yeah. I will see y'all next week. Deuces.